Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Pony Panels. Hasbro, I've got a question to ask of you. Two comics in 1 week? Really? Two comics in 1 week? Not really a problem, just saying you could have had this comic come out next week, seeing that the season is about to start, but I'll take it. Friends Forever number 26. The pairing this time is none other than Shinning Armor, father-to-be, and Prince Blueblood? We haven't seen Prince Blueblood since the best night ever. That's how far back we haven't seen this dude in the show. And he hasn't really been brought up in the comics either. But other than that, this comic also has relation to another episode, in which I will link its review in the description. The season 5 episode, Party Pooped. Why? Because the yaks from Yakistan are back, and that's the center point of this comic. Originally, it was supposed to be Cadence and Shinning Armor going to get some trade negotiations done with the yaks. I guess Pinky's mission was in fact accomplished from that episode, because now they want some of the crystal corn from the Crystal Empire. Wonder if they have crystal hamburgers and crystal cheese fries and crystal quesadillas. No on the third, probably because sisters just like, but definitely a plus on the other two. But it gets interrupted when Celestia needs Cadence because of a danger to Equestria that requires all four of our Alicorn princesses to be present and accounted for. I guess this is So, it's not 5 yet. As Cadence goes off and does something cool that we won't see, we're stuck, however, with Celestia bringing over Prince Blueblood. Why? Because he's an expert negotiator and has charisma. Shining disagrees, being a sparkle after all, and thinking that he can do it himself. Prince Blueblood absolutely being a dick to more of Shining Armor's, doing it his way and doing it street way, as Blueblood does everything traditional, pompous, royal way. Taking carriage up to Yakistan with a fireplace in tow, being overly annoying about what Shining is wearing, and even making comments as to what he's reading. Now, of course, Shining gets some tips from Twy in the beginning, which is rather cute. And plus, we also find out he's got that same want to please everybody nervousness as his little sister. But it is in this point in the comic that we finally see what we didn't see in the episode Party Poop proper, the actual kingdom of Yakistan, and more specifically, their Viking-like Odoran house givings. Of course, Shining tries everything he wants to try, following it by the book. Blueblood also brings up the episode when he also notes that each of her attempts to please the yaks back in Ponyville failed miserably. And so too does the brother happen to the sister. Everything goes yak smash. they are ultimately displeased. It is then, unbeknownst to Shining's knowledge, that Blueblood actually attempts his style, actually talking, conversating, leveling with the yaks, trying to bring some class and pedigree to the proceedings. And it actually works! Blueblood actually succeeds in getting the trade negotiations done, and it's through this that Shining has a greater respect for Blueblood's actual skills of negotiation. And regardless of the fact that they don't really get along in the early part of the comic and are completely at odds with one another in their approach to handling princehood, they can come to an agreement and a middle ground, at least here, and at least sometimes, which is the overall lesson of the comic. Just because you don't agree with someone based on their upbringing or how they approach things in life doesn't mean you can't meet them halfway. And considering how much in these early panels of the comic of their constant disagreements and differences on how to approach problems, this lesson could not be finer spoken. However, Blueblood coming off as a totally relatable prince stands to reason. You end up wanting to see Shining succeed, which makes Blueblood actually succeeding somewhat graining to some, but it drives the point home. We learn a lot about Shining's integrity and character in this comic, and that's what really shines through, considering we don't really know Shining, other than nay anything and the few little snippets of information we've gotten here and there. But also, Shining also parades a reference back to Party Pooped with a panel or two in which he's self-narrating, similar to Pinky in the episode, as well as she was trying to get to the kingdom of Yakistan. Plus, royal guards actually speak? Wow, I can't believe they actually do that. But it's really Shining Armor that excels here and is really the reason to read the comic. The yaks are as unlikable as ever, and the situation plays out nearly verbatim to the episode Party Pooped in question, but with this odd pairing and the great moral lesson, it's at least an interesting read, if only for that. And the comic is well drawn. It may not be the best Friends Forever comic, but it's most certainly a read if you want to learn a little bit more about Shining Armor's actual integrity. And yes, if you're the curious thought about Blueblood as well. That's why I don't wholeheartedly recommend this comic, but I do recommend you give it a look. That's why Friends Forever number 26, featuring Shining Armor and Prince Blueblood, gets only a 4 out of 6. Shining looks incredibly strong here, but Blueblood, as well as the return of the never satisfied yaks, can be troubling to some. And it's almost freaking note of the recreation of a plot of Party Pooped doesn't really help the comic stand out as well either. So, if you enjoyed that episode and wanted just a bit more depth, or if you're looking for more shining armor in your life for research, do yourself a favor and pick up this comic. It's not the best on its own, but for information, it does give slightly a little bit to discern. Until the next pony panels, I am Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own nirvana. And thanks for watching.